Hi guys, welcome to Pillow Talks, and today we have the lovely Tish. How you doing, Tish?
I'm great, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. And we have the lovely SEHER.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
How you feeling today?
I'm good.
Yeah?
How are you?
I'm amazing.
You look amazing.
You do look stunning.
So guys, today's topic is going to be, why do women cheat?
Women cheat or men cheat?
Why do women cheat?
Oh Lord.
I think it's a topic that's not spoken about a lot. I feel like it's a topic that men would like to know about, and you know, it's always focused on men cheating. That's the narrative that we hear.
True.
And I think us as women, obviously we do cheat, but we just don't get caught, and I think that's probably
Keep it on.
Wow.
I think
true.
that's why it's not spoken about as much, because
we get away with it well.
we know how to finesse things more than
we have to bait ourselves up.
Well, we don't need to give them too much, but you know, it's good to have an honest conversation about why women cheat. You know, and I think it's very different to why men cheat. So, what's your take, SEHER? Have you ever cheated?
I have.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I know. I feel very bad about it, but no. It was the biggest regret.
Really? What were the reasons for it though? Because obviously, I feel like as a woman, it takes a lot for us to cheat. I don't think it's, you know, it's not as natural as opposed to men with, you know, they kind of just think with their penis.
Exactly.
We kind of cheat on a emotional level. And what is cheating? What is deemed as cheating when it comes to,
I was gonna say,
saying that we do cheat? What was your experience?
So I was with my ex, totally besotted, and he was a cheater.
Oh wow.
But I went into that relationship knowing what he was like. So, but yeah, I was young and I cheated because he had. And yeah, it turned very toxic, and it was
to get him back, or to bring yourself, or to get
do you know
something
what?
back for yourself.
I was sick of being cheated on.
Yeah,
and it got to a point where I did fancy someone else, and it was more of an infatuation, and we got on, and he wasn't around as well, so and then it came out in the end, and everyone got hurt, and it was horrible.
But what do you think? What do you think, looking back, was the main reason? Like, what was the main reason why you feel like you decided to go and embark on a new relationship? Was it just because, you know, you had been cheated on and you wanted to, you know, teach him a lesson? Like, what was it for you?
Yeah, a bit of everything. You fancy someone else, you're still in love with the other person, but they're cheating, or they have cheated. And you can't seem to forget. You've forgiven, but you can't seem to forget. And it did have, it had just that, you just couldn't get that out of my head. Like, yeah.
Is that the first time and the last?
It's definitely the last time.
Okay.
I won't. Yeah, I'd rather be single then. No, never. I'll never do that again.
Yeah.
If you're not happy, I think you should just leave.
Definitely. Definitely. Sometimes it's not always. It's like you said. Like, you were in a situation where, you know, you wasn't looking for someone. You know, something happened and you was in. It was kind of right place, right time kind of thing. So sometimes, you know, shit just does happen, you know. What's your take, Tish? Have you been in a relationship and cheated or been cheated on?
No, it's not. It depends. When you say cheating, are you talking about physically cheating? Are you talking about emotionally cheating? Like, you know, when you do like the texting and flirting. If we talk about that, then I guess, yes, I've cheated from that direction. But I guess it happened because my relationship wasn't in a good place, and I was, like they say, when a woman's ready to leave, she's left already before she actually breaks up with the guy.
Definitely.
And I was ready to leave, and I hadn't actually broken up with him, but I was talking to other guys. So that,
you'd broken up mentally?
Yeah, I'd broken up with him mentally.
Yeah. But not verbally said it out to him.
Yeah. So I was doing the flirting and doing the talking so that I could have something to fall onto, like, well, to come out of one pot and go into a more medium boiling pot, so to speak. So, like, I do the flirting, like, I can say, well, people say that I'm a flirter, but I don't flirt, like, purposely. It's just naturally. Yeah. So
it's part of your character.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess I could say that I have cheated from a flirtatious position, but not physically or nothing like that. I might have had a one kiss here or there. But
see, forgive me, I wouldn't class that as cheating, texting someone.
But they say texting is part of cheating. I've heard a lot of people say that.
Who says? I think cheating.
Depends what's in the text, doesn't it?
No, but people talk about, okay, so for example, you might be at work and there's a guy and you get on well with him and you tell him, oh, you're having problems at home with your partner, and things like that, and it's like that shoulder to lean on, and then two and two becomes 4, and then other things end up happening, and he's kind of there waiting for you to kind of like fall into his lair, because then he starts to like you as well, and he's giving you all of this talk like, oh yeah, I feel you, and you know, and kind of soothing your pain and all that kind of stuff. And then, like, your partner is not aware of it. So then your partner, another guy is aware of what's happening in your relationship. And your partner may not even be aware of all of this stuff because you're not actually being that communicative with him at that time.
Yeah. So the reasons why you're cheating is because you're not getting that.
What you want at home.
Exactly. You're kind of looking for it elsewhere because you're not receiving that nurturing and that love that you should be getting from your partner. So that I think it changes a lot. I personally I don't think that cheating is texting, personally. So maybe I have cheated quite a few times.
Innit? You know the one.
But I think it's like SEHER said. I think it's in the nature of what the text is. I think it's the intentions behind the text.
Yeah.
And I always say, if you can't show your partner what you're doing, then
there's a problem.
You're doing something wrong. So if your partner wouldn't approve of it, then there's something not quite right. But I'm still not quite sure whether I would deem that as cheating. For me to say I'm a cheater, I would have had to have gone out and slept with another person, or kissed with another person, or cuddled with another person, or given that love and attention
to someone else,
to another person. Love and attention. I'm not talking about, flirting. That is not, for me, that's not cheating. That is just a natural part of the way that men and women interact with each other.
Yeah.
And you can flirt with a female. So are you cheating if you flirt with a female? No, you're not. It's just your interaction with that other person as a human being.
But how do you flirt with a female though?
Because if you're just a flirty character, you're just a flirt. It doesn't matter. It's not going to differentiate between whether it's a male or female. I've been told that I've flirted. I've had women approach me thinking that I'm a lesbian just because of the way that I'm interacting with them, and I'm not lesbian.
Okay.
So, it can be deemed in so many ways. But yeah, for me, women cheat because something is really wrong.
They're not happy with certain things, and if someone's able to kind of adore you or admire you or acknowledge you, like, women need those 3 A's: adoration, acknowledgement, and admiration. And if a man's not giving that to you, then, and someone else is going to give that to you, then you're going to kind of take that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
why do you think women don't really get caught cheating?
Because we're good at what we do. I'm saying that like I'm a big cheater, but like,
we're the private investigators, aren't we?
This is it. I'm so good at investigating stuff.
Do you think it's because we care more as well, and because we know how it feels to be cheated on, or how we would feel if we found out? Do you feel like we take more care in, making sure that, I know it sounds so bad, making sure that they don't
I feel like I'm blowing myself up here. I feel like I ain't done nothing. I ain't even done nothing.
Are you sure about that, girl?
I'm not sure. Let me just check that. Let me check that.
It's just the honest conversation, and we're talking in hindsight here, and You know, we can put ourselves in situations that we actually haven't been in and try and, you know, figure out why people do or why women do cheat. So I don't think you have to have cheated. But, you know, I think personally, I've been in a relationship where I could have cheated because I didn't feel like I was getting what I needed. But I've heard men say that, oh, you know, if you're talking to, say like I've got a male best friend and I'm getting emotional support from that male best friend, then that is kind of cheating. So
that's what I was saying, because it's about the conversations that you're having within that conversation, isn't it? And because it's a member of the opposite sex, it's that potentiality, as I like to say, on my own dictionary, check it out. But the potentiality of what can come from that, because then that man is aware of your weaknesses, he's aware of what your partner's not giving to you, and then therefore he can then interject that for you, isn't it? And then because you're seeking that emotional support from him indirectly, it's not that you're seeking it, but because you're speaking to him about it, and that's what it is, he's then able to then, don't worry, it's going to be fine, and start to think. And then you start to look at him and think, John's so sweet, you know, he knows how I feel and he's such a nice guy. Yeah. And then he plays on that, and then like indirectly things can then happen. Yeah. Even though that wasn't the plan. So ultimately, I think with women it comes down to maybe not being able to discuss their feelings with their partner, or not having that platform to be able to say, do you know what, I'm feeling like this. This is where you're lacking. We need to do something about it. So it all kind of boils down to communicating. Communicating. But also when you communicate, it's about listening, and not just listening, but active listening. Because the thing is that we listen and then we're reactive. So you just heard what I've said. You haven't overstood what I said. Yeah, because you're listening to respond, isn't it? Well, this is it, and that's what we do. So when I'm going to say to you, babes, you're not admiring me. Like, I remember one time, I must have put up a picture and a guy messaged me and said, wow, you looking good. I was like, oh, thanks, B. Called my partner and I was like, babes, you're right, what not. And man never said nothing. Yeah. And I'm like, wait, he didn't even notice, he didn't say, look good, nothing. And I was offended by that. That's being complacent though, isn't it? I think women are, you know, women do this as well. I think we just do it on a general level. We get used to what we see. So we then, if we have something, we kind of, we feel like we don't have to nurture it, or it's not that we don't feel, but we just get out of the habit of it. We're not sort of looking at ourselves and, you know, learning where we can sort of add to the relationship once we're in the relationship, or once you've been in a relationship for, you know, a long amount of time, you kind of drop the ball. And I personally think men drop the ball more than women do. Yeah, but men's balls and women's balls is two different things, though, isn't it? And I don't mean like the balls. I don't mean like the balls. But, you know, he got balls, I got balls, but he's down there, mine's up here. Yeah, because we've all got we have different needs as a man and as a woman, but it's about understanding those needs. And I mean, if you're in a loving relationship and, you know, that love is still actually there, then it's for us as women to express ourselves to our men, to help them to understand, or, you know, if it's time to hit the road, Jack, then you hit the road, Jack. And don't come back no more. But I mean, sure, because what you was just talking about becoming complacent, I mean, like the example that I just gave, like, even if I had become complacent, when I have stepped up my game and you're still not noticing that I'm not in my head, my do-rag or whatever, and I'm not in my baggy trousers or in my T-shirt, you know, and I've put myself together well, and you're still not saying, right, what, you're right, babes, like, you're not finding me sexually attractive, or not even sexually attractive, but just attractive, then where does that leave me? Like, I've made an effort for myself, and if you don't acknowledge that as my partner, how does that then leave me? You know what I mean? And then if someone else is going to give me some play, I'm taking that. Yeah. So when you was in your relationship, did you feel like you had the platform to speak and say, this is how I feel, and, or, you know, like, what was that like for you? Obviously he denied cheating, so yeah, he was very wrong and strong, and I was the bad person out of all of it, obviously. Yeah, it was a very narcissistic situation. And also how messy it gets as well is like,
because the side man's going to get feelings, and then you get feelings, and then it's it's just.
Yeah.
I don't think you should ever stoop to
their level.
Their level. You've got to do the work on yourself. You've got to
Yeah, it's very important. It's a very
because
important
I wouldn't
point.
have cheated if I'd loved myself.
Yeah.
Enough because
you would have been able to see
but
through
my
that.
conscience was really like, this is so not me. Like, I'm not telling the truth. I'm being dishonest, and it's really like,
it was too much out of character.
Yeah, like because you are a liar. You're just a liar.
Yeah,
it's funny you say that though, you know, because even like for me, like you know, like when you're not with somebody, but you're just dating a few people, or you're talking to a few guys, I feel like I'm cheating. Like I feel like, suppose I go here and I see the guy the next guy I'm talking to. Yeah. What do I say? Like, and then I feel like when I talk to one of the other guys, I'm thinking,
and you're single.
Exactly.
Yeah,
why do I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing?
Yeah.
I just think we're generally, we put a price on things sooner than men do.
Yeah. The labels that we want.
Yeah. Because that's not necessarily what they've told us. It's not necessarily, they haven't necessarily given us those, you know, those titles, but I think we kind of see things, we want it, and then we put this picture in our head. Yeah. And then we think, okay, this is, we give them everything before they've even given us anything.
Yeah.
We've
married them, we've got the babies already.
And we're giving them the actions of it before that's even started.
I'm a cook for you.
Yeah.
Bring those clothes over, babes. Like
way too much, way too soon.
Yeah.
But you know what though, and I hear that and I totally get what you're saying. But then the other side of it is that it's the actions. Because remember they say actions speak louder than words. So is that actually correct? Because if we're going out and we're doing certain things and you're saying certain things, but we're not putting our label on it, where does that leave me? Like,
I think women need to sort of I wouldn't say be like a man, but not take things so seriously until when you can actually say this is serious and you have actual, you know, real substance to the relationship, because I think that definitely help going forward.
I think in the beginning of a relationship, like, it's so important to say what you want, and people usually just sell you the dream, don't they? They sell you the part of themselves that they want you to see, that you don't get to see the bad stuff, obviously. Yeah, of course.
The mask that
they're
people
going to
wear.
be the best version of themselves, and then it unravels. But as long as you have both set your intentions to tell each other, like, this is what I want in life, and in my future, I don't know.
Yeah. I wonder if, watching this, whether men actually sort of understand why women do cheat.
No, but we cheat because we're not getting what we need at home, isn't it? You're not satisfying me mentally, emotionally.
They could say the same. They could say the same thing, isn't it?
They can say the same thing, but more than likely, women are doing more than what the man's doing.
But then the women
cases
will get feelings.
Yeah, but if you're in a relationship, you're gonna have. If you're in a relationship, you're gonna have feelings.
Yeah.
So that's already standard.
True.
So if you're in a relationship, then we're gonna have feelings because we've got to that level. But then I'm gonna cheat because you're not doing something that you're supposed to be doing. And if I've been telling you, you're not hearing what I'm saying, then boy, hear what now? Like, I need to get what I need to get from somewhere else, innit? Like, if you're not.
So do you think it's more based on the emotional side of things, not getting what you need emotionally?
Definitely.
Compared to
or physically.
So combined.
Could be physically.
So all together, or one or the other.
It's a mixture because it depends what you want. Like if you're used to certain things, like there's a big taboo around. I will use the reference oral sex. Then I was going to say eating under the table, but that's old school. But like there's a big taboo around that. And if you're in a relationship and your man's not doing that for you and you need that, the same way like if a woman's not giving the man oral sex and he's like, okay, so sort of got into another side of a topic, but I was in a relationship and he was like, he wants oral sex. I'm like, mate, I'm not giving you oral sex. So he was like, can I get it from somewhere else? So I was like, cool, do what you want to do. But then I'm like, did I actually just tell him to go and do that, get that from someone else? I'm not entertaining that argument.
But that's not cheating though, is it? If you've
no, but I've allowed him to. But this is what I'm saying. But what I'm just trying to say is, I gave him permission. But then if I didn't give him permission, and then he was going to do that, then then there's an issue.
I feel like he would have done it anyway.
He would have done it anyway, innit? But there's things like that where if someone's not giving you something, then maybe you might go outside and get it from elsewhere.
Very
which is usually what the point is, or if you've just peed me off, and I'm just like, because remember, women emotionally have left the building weeks or months before we actually say to you, see you later, mate. I've already gone through the motions long time ago.
So then it is based on emotions then more.
Definitely more, emotions.
Definitely. I feel that it is. I feel that it's definitely based on emotions. If that man is not giving you, you know, what they gave you in the beginning and the whole emotional side of it and then the whole nurturing side of it and, you know, but yeah, ultimately it's kind of all based around emotion. Are women too emotional?
Well, we are emotional. We feel with we wear our hearts on our sleeves, and the emotion is what makes my heart go, which makes my pussy jump. Do you get what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, if you're not, the emotions base, it kind of interlinks as well, like.
Yeah. Can I ask her, when your partner found out that you were cheating, was compared to you being cheated on, how did it kind of...
Oh my God, my heart came out of my mouth. Like it was horrible. It was like the worst feeling ever.
And is that because of how he reacted or just how it made you feel? Because
of how it made me feel, definitely. Okay. Yeah, your conscience, because we're our worst enemy, aren't we? And yeah, it's like you've been caught as well. And then I kind of denied it, and then I was like, all right.
Yeah. It was me.
Yeah. All right, I did. This is it. And I did it because blah, 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 blah. And he was like, all right.
And was he willing to give you another chance after that? Okay. So yeah, that's all right.
But no, it didn't work after that. So we tried to get back, for a good long time. Like it was a 10-year on and off relationship. So he could not forgive me. And
so interesting now.
Because I had forgiven him. I would be the one that was like, I can't live without you.
Let's try again.
Yeah, and
so it hurts them more than they say it hurts more.
No, it does. Men are very.
They say it hurts more.
As soon as you have an argument,
they're just little weaklings. That's why.
No, but what it is when they put their all into it, they do. Like I remember, my partner cheated on me, and I gave him a second chance. I gave him a third chance. But anyway, so when we actually did split up, but I went back because I wasn't trying to up my numbers. So I went back to him and we was talking and stuff. We went to sleep, but I didn't want to have sex with him that night, And man went, I don't know how, I didn't have a lock on my phone because I don't have nothing to hide from nobody. He went in my phone and found a conversation that I was having with the next guy. Took the number, took the information, called the guy, woke me up and was like, she's here in my bed. I was like, what? It broke his heart, the fact that I was talking to somebody else.
Men are very soft creatures. He
did the most. He did the most.
Like, interesting the way that they have this tough exterior and they carry so much, and then your girl cheats on you and you fall apart.
Innit? Man's not so tough, the man's not hot no more. You're frigga, you should have learned.
You got learn today. It's an interesting subject. I'd like to do some research on it.
Maybe I'd like to actually try cheating on a man, maybe not.
I know, right?
So,
no, I'm joking.
It's not good.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
No,
if it's a good thing, no.
It's an interesting subject. It's something we can delve into again, girls. Girls, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And thank you for being so open and honest.
You're welcome.
It was lovely having you.
Lovely seeing you.
Moral of the story is don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
Don't cheat. It's not nice. It's not nice. You
cheat
break their heart.
Innit?
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Take care.
That your first date with this particular person?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Wow.
There's no half measures out here.
Whoa.
Can I ask?
Tell me.
How did you position it? I'm thinking how, like, I've heard this at the cinema in the back seat.
Let me readjust myself. First, you do this like lean forward. You do,
Yeah, I get all that.
No, but I want to know, like, what did you say to her? Was it like, did you say to her, let's go to the back seat?
but you're guiding your man. You lead, innit?
So
you just lead. You lead to where you want to position. Where do you want to sit? Yeah, but ideally, you know what
Where
you're
do you
going to
want to sit, but you're
do you know,
sitting there.
ideally, it's like, well, no, where do you want to sit?
Guys, are you listening to this?
You make the
Take
offer.
note.
You make the offer, but you know, really, she's going to tell you, oh, no, well, you tell me. And I was all right, I'll guide you.